Well, we did it again.
We changed the name.
I just felt that we just were not given the fourth member of the panel enough credit.
Right.
So we blew it all up again. We took a couple weeks off, and now we're back. And we're not three guys, one pod. We're three guys, one broad.
That song reference, I'd like to give just a quick history lesson. The fourth time we changed the name.
That song was a bop.
So this podcast originally started with Slotmaster and Bubba's Picks 316. It was called Two Guys, One Pod. And I was like behind the scenes.
No.
Two Guys,
There you
One
go.
Slot. And I was kind of
Yes.
behind the scenes producer. I was on during it. I think I piped up a couple times. I was on a couple episodes as kind of a sit-in. And then I took over for Bubba when he started getting into his work and stuff. And we kept the name the same until we got to season 2. And then there was this very short, I think, 2-week period where we changed it to Two Guys, One Pod. And then Fleshy joined us.
Yes.
So we changed it to Three Guys, One Pod and put that little wooden plank over the
Yes.
two. And here we are with the fourth name, a brand new logo that doesn't have a wooden plank over it. So welcome.
Welcome. The channel also is going to change. You're not going to see all of the stuff on the Slotmaster channel. Hi, everybody. I'm Corey. Good to see you. 1,622 miles away from us is my old pal, Russ Factor. Russ Factor, how are you?
Howdy, gang. Howdy.
And the other guy is about, if you look straight, directly due north, right out front. Just not to Russia, not quite to Russia. It's Fleshy P. Hi, Fleshy P. What say you?
I'm doing great.
And that one broad is probably having Fleshy P sit on her lap. Hi, Duzzy. How are you?
Hi, and props out to my twin Matt with, isn't it Three Guys, One Slot now?
It still is one slot.
It would be Three Guys, One Slit.
Oh, I hate that word. That's a word I hate.
And what a money dumpster this one is.
And what a gaping slit that is. Boy, I sure am glad she's old Duzzy's around to take some jokes. That's welcome aboard, Duzzy.
Thank you, and thank you for having me, everybody.
Yeah, see, she's always been kind of that voice that was in the corner, like Fleshy P was sitting, and then she started creeping over. And I was like, gosh, that's, she's just as good as Fleshy P is. Why don't you just let old Fleshy P sit up on your lap and you guys just join the show? And then here we are. The evolution of the podcast. So you're going to find us on Three Guys, One Broad on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So there you are.
Yeah. We'll have a lot of
New
fun
channel.
over there. We're going to have little shorts from this, and we've got some other plans for that, too. We're going to do some little things.
We do?
Yeah. We were talking about how we can do different stuff now. Like we can do some things off the air that aren't part of the pod that involve us that go up there and everything too. So it's just kind of going to be a brand new home, because that's how this started. Is we didn't know we were going to change the name. That we were just going to move the podcast to its own channel so that we could just have a little more freedom and not wreck the Slotmaster 316 channel's algorithm every week. So, we'll be able to do a few more things over on the new channel. So we'll be promoting that like crazy for you guys to get over there and keep up with us on that.
It's really funny. There's another channel when I was like researching this stuff. There's another channel called Three Guys, One Podcast. That's very interesting. So there's not one that's called Three Guys, One Broad. So all you have to do is just search that up. We'll put links in the Discord. We'll put links and all that stuff. It's just, it's we don't need to go behind the scenes. Nobody cares.
No.
So this is it. We change our name more than Jackpot G Spot.
This is also why we don't have merch.
Right. And we won't.
Them little Chinese kids be going crazy.
Everyone's
Those
like,
assholes.
you might think, maybe this little Elon Musk created logo you have over here would look pretty sick on a T-shirt, but we're going to change the name next week. So what's the point?
Yeah, we would. So what's been going on? We haven't been here for. You're dark now, Russ Factor. You were bright. Now you're dark.
Oh, I don't have my light on.
There you go, Russ Factor. Ooh,
I haven't been here in a couple weeks. I forgot how to do this show.
There we go. Now I can see you.
I
Now
was busy
seen
painting
you.
the walls in here. You see, we got these little flashy things around us. It's
Ooh,
nice.
I do.
It's nice.
Looks good. It does look good. Speaking of Elon and anyway, what have you been up to? Does he? Fleshy P, what have you been up to these last 2 weeks?
Tell them what you did last weekend.
Uh-oh.
Last weekend, let's see. Well, I went to visit my sister. She's in the area doing some camping with her little family, and I climbed into a go-kart with my nephew. That was I got in okay,
Then what happened?
but getting out was a different story.
Well, at least you didn't get thrown out.
No, I didn't get thrown out. No.
No.
It just you couldn't get out. It was a little why?
It was a little tight. It was a little tight.
Well, he's also got like a steel rod in his back, so he doesn't bend.
In his what?
In his where?
Yeah. I don't bend as good as I used to.
Steel rod right up there.
Yeesh.
I thought it was a good idea until I saw his face coming around, and he had this. I swear to God, he looked just like John Candy in the Great
Trains, planes,
Outdoors.
and automobiles.
That grimace smile, like, oh, this is just fantastic.
So, you got out of the go-kart. Well, how did you get the steel rod in your back?
Oh, do tell him that story.
Oh, I was in a little whoopsie back in 2013.
Oh.
Okay.
Got myself into a little bind. I Dukes a Hazzard and F-150.
Ooh. Were you trying to jump over a crick?
I was trying to jump over, what do they call those? A berm?
Well, an embankment, berm, driveway, culvert.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, nobody told me there was a culvert in it.
You didn't make it?
Oh, no.
make it.
I can just imagine.
Fleshy. No,
He made it. He
sir.
launched it straight up in the air, and it landed on its roof.
7 times.
You flipped it?
Wait, it landed on its roof 7 times?
9 times.
Oh.
You know, Ed, with your bad knee, you shouldn't be throwing anybody.
He got a helicopter flight and didn't remember it.
Yeah,
Seriously?
that was awesome. I got a Stars helicopter. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. They had to cut the roof off with the jaws of life. The funny thing is Duzzy wasn't in the vicinity at the time. She was
14 hours away.
she was taking a course for her work in Vancouver.
Chilliwack.
When the cat's away, the mice come out to play, and Fleshy
That's what I
P.
thought. Yeah.
Fleshy P is trying to jump cricks. So what? Was there any? How you said it was? How many years ago?
13, you said?
Well,
2013?
yeah, 2013. Oh,
12.
12,
years ago.
13 years ago.
yeah. So what happened was I had a burst fracture of my L4
L1.
L1 to L4.
Yeah.
So what I have now is a spinal fusion.
Oof.
And yeah.
I think you're lucky to be walking.
Oh, I was. Yeah, it was actually quite scary. My first week in the hospital, the nurse would come in and poke my feet with a pin, and I had no reaction.
Oof.
I was quite worried.
What about when
But
she
What it
poked your
was
front?
was swelling apparently
Compromised.
in my
cord.
spinal cord, so I was virtually a little paralyzed for the little while.
But there was funny points, like the first time you saw yourself in the mirror.
There was funny points. I finally started getting up, walking around. I thought, okay, the back hurts, but everything else I feel fine. they were changing bandages, and she's like, "Okay, I got to get that one on your arm." And I said, "What's the one on my arm?" Because I never really got a chance to look myself over. And she took the bandage off, and I had a hole in my bicep. And I looked at her and I said, "Was I shot?"
Oh no!
What was it?
A pen.
They figure I had some stuff in the truck probably. She assumes maybe it was a pen actually because it was so violent that it may have pierced my arm and yeah.
Well,
Versus
thank goodness
in the
Fleshy
mirror.
P survived the culvert jump of 12.
Yeah. Oof.
Damn.
He had a roommate too. So his first time he got out of bed and went to the bathroom and looked in the mirror.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
My roommate.
Yeah, he shit him. He was like, "What the frick? What was your roommate's name?" Buck?
I really can't remember
I
anymore.
think it was Buck.
Was it Buck?
Yeah, he says to Buck, "Why the fuck didn't you tell me?" And Buck's like, "What?" He's like, "My face."
Yeah. My nose was broken and crooked.
Oh
I had the raccoon face going on, and then I looked in the mirror and I thought, "What in the hell is this?" And my nose was actually crooked. And then I
Damn.
came out and I said, "Why didn't you tell me my nose was broken?" He said, "I thought you knew."
I thought you done knew, Fleshy P. Hey,
Oh man.
I've been getting a shot of morphine every hour on the hour. I
that
had
was
no idea.
surgery.
what? Okay, so was this like a dare, or was there any substances involved, or?
The dirty air filter.
Yeah, it was those. You guys, a little word of advice from Fleshy P. Always check your air filter. If they're dirty, your vehicle will flip.
Okay,
We'll like that commentary.
I'm not sure I get it, but I'll take that word of advice and make sure to change my air filter regularly.
And you can tell all your friends. They say, "Why do you change your air filter every month?" Say, "Because I know a guy."
I know
So
a
that
guy
thing
who
is
flipped
so
his
dirty.
car 9 times.
He flipped his car 9 times.
L1 through L4 fused. He can't get out of go-karts anymore.
Yeah. Here's an image in case anybody's wondering what L1 through L4 looks like inside you. That's a
I know the
chunk.
band L7.
He can't pick anything up the floor, so when I'm mad at him, I'll knock things out of his hand. I'll throw things on the ground.
Yeah.
I'll untie his shoes. I'll pants him.
When I ask her for water, she pours it in a bowl and puts it on the floor.
One time. One time.
She pantses me and then walks away.
Damn.
Right in the grocery store.
Funny.
Wasn't funny for that kid in front of me checking out the Oreos.
That is kind of funny. I was just going to say, good thing you're low to the ground, but you can't even bend.
No.
Man,
Yikes.
I'll remember not to drop anything when we meet. And if so, I'll pick it up. You need one of those little grabbers that you can,
Yeah.
those like squeeze that you see on infomercials that you get at Walgreens or CVS or wherever you have in Canada.
What have you
That's
had?
what you need.
I do actually have a few of those.
And,
In all
and one
honesty, though,
of them's named Duzzy.
Yeah, she's my main grabber. Yeah. Come on over here and grab this, would you?
Hey, Duzzy, you get over here and grab this. No, I'm not gonna. No, on the floor. What'd you do, Duzzy? What'd you do this weekend while speaking of the cat? The cat was away.
I was actually with him. I took pictures, laughed hysterically. I thought, oh, that was. I probably should have taken the short straw there, but yeah, his nieces and nephews aren't fond of me.
No?
No,
What?
no.
What?
Oh, you're just saying that.
No, the two boys, they run from me. The niece, she'll deal with me because I'll braid her hair. And then
They
she's
run
gone.
from you because they can tell just by the look on your face that you are a hitter.
Well, yeah, and rightfully so. Let's smack the little bastards into next week.
And that's why you have no friends.
And
have a problem.
that's why they're scared of you.
I do have the look. I do have the look, and I have shot it at them, and they just they zip right up and gone. But yeah, how about you guys? How was your?
Yeah, let's
Your
hear all
time.
about it.
I mean, how can we top that story?
Yeah.
Russ Factor, what'd you do? I want to hear what you did.
Well, I went to Vegas first. I got there. We had 2 trips planned. I'd planned mine, and then you planned yours later. We talked about that, but we got a little overlap. But I went in a few days before you, and spent most of my trip down on the Strip in Vegas. Stayed, had a nice stay over at the MGM Grand. Did most of my playing over at New York, though, as one does. I like the vibe over. I like the rooms at MGM, but I like the vibe over at New York. So, me and the wife got in Wednesday, and we were gonna have the Chinese restaurant that's at MGM, but nothing's open at MGM until Friday these days, it seems. I was like, well, I guess we're not doing that. So. We credited it over to New York, and had a little Irish pub over there. And then we started playing some games. Had a little tip from Matty McCravens on getting them drinks. He's like, you hop in that high limit room.
High limit room?
And he goes right around the corner. Those first 2 machines. He goes,
those are low limit, high limits.
250 bets, but he goes, that lady will come around. She'll give you that
Buffalo Trace.
Hefty Buffalo Trace. So we went right there after we ate dinner and had about 2 or 3 of those. And we played around a little bit, played in there, ran around, played some hot pots, and I was up. I was getting some things going pretty quick. I doubled my money. And then Sarah was getting a little toasty. I was getting a little toasty, but it was only like 10:30, and she's like, let's head back. So we stopped over and got a little more toasty. You know that whiskey bar that no one pays attention to at MGM? That whiskey down. We went in there and sat down on the couches and had some whiskey flights. And I think our waitress, she was nice, but I was like, I sense a little, she might dabble a little bit of them drugs on her break. She was very high strung, but she was nice.
Okay.
She was nice. So she brought us our whiskeys, and we did that. I took Sarah up to the room, and she's like, "I'm not going back out." And I'm like, "Well, it's my first night. I'm going back out." So I ended up back at New York, and
no, that's not where I thought that was going either.
I went back out, and I hung out and went back and tried Matty McCraven's high limit room trick again. Had me a couple more, and oh boys, I got wasted. I was
toasty,
wasted. Matty McCraven's apparently a night owl, hours ahead of me. Was texting with me all night long, and we got to a point where I was stumbling, and I was like, it's time to go home. I got to the bridge, and I'm about ready to start crossing the bridge, and I look over down the street, and like everything just turns into like tunnel vision and like spinny.
Uh-oh.
Whoops.
So in my infinite wisdom, though, I got on my phone and I gave Matty McCravens a call, and that fine gentleman chatted with me as I continued my mission to get home. So thanks for that, pal. Definitely needed that.
If there's one guy that knows his way around that area, it's Matty McCravens.
Yeah, I mean, I knew where I was going. I just needed to stay on task, and I did stray a little because I sent him a funny video. They were piping like some sort of, I don't know. There was a tube going from the bathrooms that are clear over on the other side of the whiskey place. Okay. And there's blue tube that they had routing all through the casino. They had ramps so you could walk over it in certain areas. So we followed the tube for a while in a video, and it led all the way back to that Netflix place. So we don't know what they were doing, but I sent them a little video, and I was imitating Vegas Policy in that video. I'll have to find that one and send it to you.
I love drunk Russ Factor videos.
But we got home, and then Thursday, what did we do Thursday? Oh yeah, we went to we started our day over at the Wynn, having their little brunch buffet. It's a staple of our trips. That's the best way to do the Wynn buffet, actually, is the brunch, because you get a lot of breakfast treats over there, but you get the best of the dinner and all the desserts and everything. So it's a much better experience. Some people say it's better than just the full dinner buffet because they don't like all the stuff. But
Right.
there is a whole section there that I'm not going to eat at 10:30 in the morning, which is the seat. I'm not going to be eating shrimp and sushi at 10:30 in the morning.
All the fixins.
But we did that, and then we headed over to the Pinball Hall of Fame, which I'd checked out. Sarah wanted to see that. We had a good time there playing some pinball games, and then we were gonna come back and maybe hit the pool. But a big thunderstorm rolled through, so we didn't do that. But
Yeah, that was weird. That was the day before we got there.
it was 2 days. 2 days before
2
we
days,
got
yeah.
there. And so we chilled out in the room a little bit, and then we went back out in the evening, went back over to New York, and had their Chinese restaurant, which was pretty good. And then just spent the evening playing some games and things like that. And then Friday was a pretty chill day. We got up, did breakfast at Netflix. Pretty basic. It was just funny.
I want to hear what this is all about. What's that situation?
So
you were trying to explain that to me, and I didn't really get. There's this place called Netflix, and all of the stuff is like from Netflix.
Well, it's like a standard. Well, we went for breakfast, so it's like your standard breakfast, breakfast ordeal. But this apparently was a pop-up when those were big a couple years ago in L.A. And it was like really successful, and they actually signed a deal to open one up here at MGM. And I remember that this used to be, it was never open at MGM, but it's straight back. Like when you come in the entrance, if you were to just walk straight back, the Golden Walk's right next to it. It used to be like some sort of cafe, something, but it was never open. So I'd never been there. But now it's this Netflix Bites place, and it's just a bunch of food, but it's all Netflix themed. They have some hokey drinks and things like that, like Squid Games and some other shows I've never seen before.
Do they have a buffet dedicated to the Jeffrey Dahmer story?
I think that was on Friday nights. I went Friday morning, Fleshy.
There's a lot of sausage in here.
Like we saw somebody doing this thing. They didn't wear those, but they come out with your hot wings and these sauces, and then you spin the wheel to try whichever sauce. Just gimmicks. It's good. I mean, how do you fuck up breakfast? It's always if you're doing that, you're doing it wrong. But yeah, we did that, and then we pretty much chilled out because we knew we had a very late night because we went over to the Wynn nightclub that night. So we napped all day, and then got up and took a nice Uber over to the Wynn to eat at a very nice Italian restaurant that we had to get reservations for like 2 months in advance, called the Sinatra, that Sarah had been really excited about. Really great service, really great food, nice atmosphere. It's it's a very nice place, but they don't have a lot of seating, so that's why you have to get reservations like 2 months in advance. It was different than the restaurant that we went to during our last trip that was also one of those places where you have to reserve. It was different in the sense that it was more of a quiet scenario. The one we went to, man, it was bustling. I mean, it was so, like, I was like, Sarah's like, how's this compared to the other one? I go, it's just totally different. I don't know how I can compare the two. They were both great experiences, but this was more for a little date night thing right before our event. And then we headed over to the club. And
in the club.
And
go to the club.
We were a little early, so we sat down over at the lobby bar over there at the Encore.
Yeah.
And that's where we were. It's pretty much in between the Encore and the Wynn, but we ate over the Sinatra's at Encore. And we sat over at the lobby bar, and we were having some drinks, and there was this group of dudes. I can't tell. They were from somewhere in Europe. I don't know where, but they are all wearing designer brands like Balenciaga and stuff like that. And at one point, one of the dudes, they're all pretty toasty, having a good time. Nothing crazy, but one dude goes, "Hey, brother, you want a shot?" And I look at him, and I go, "Sure." So I'm guessing one of their friends didn't drink, and they'd already ordered it. So I don't know what I drank, but it was
Russ Factor 1 to never pass off a free.
No. So I had a little shot, but then we entered the club, and that was quite an experience. We spent a good at least 2/3 of the show like right in the middle of the dance floor, like 15 feet away from the DJ stage. They had an opener, and then the main guys that we were seeing, it's a little DJ duo, came out, and all the and the lights and everything.
DJ Pauly D?
What?
DJ Pauly D?
DJ Pauly D.
No, I wish.
My sister went and saw them actually when we went out a couple Junes ago for her birthday. They went to an off-strip club and saw. What's it? He's the guy from MTV, the MTV show, right?
Jersey Shore.
Yeah, they went and saw him.
Do you have any video, Russ Factor?
Do I have any video
of what at you at the club?
Not on hand.
I do recall, if memory serves, there is one itty bitty video of one Russ Factor.
There is one. Let me continue telling this story and see what I can't do for you here.
We can see all this, by the way. I don't know if you want us to see all this. We can see all that. Yeah, you probably should zip out of that real fast.
But yeah, we hung out there on the dance floor for a while, and by like hour 4, hour 3.5, my feet in those Snoop Dogs really did start to affect me, and I was like, okay, it's cool. Yeah, we'll just hang out. I'm cool. But
the video I saw, if memory serves, your feet weren't sore then, Russ. Maybe they were. That's why you were moving them so much.
Yeah.
Come on, share with the class, kid.
He's probably like, you dumb fuck.
I forgot.
I think Sarah showed me that. The Russ Factor's wife showed me that vid.
Yeah.
Good one.
Actually, I can pull those up from here. I forgot. I forgot.
You don't have to show them. It was just a nice. Russ Factor sent me a video. I got hour 1. Russ Factor just going, enjoying the vibe. Hour 2 is a little bit more arms raised and that such. Hour 3, couldn't understand what Russ Factor was saying, and then hour 4 he said, I'm at the club.
I'm in the club.
Who's that?
Why don't we maximize that screen there? If memory serves. This is 18 seconds of joy right here, ladies and gentlemen.
I was absolutely trashed by then, and my pants almost fell down.
You're like, oh, somebody's recording me. I better get up off this speaker.
I knew she was recording. But yeah, when we were on the dance floor, the moment we decided to go outside, and it wasn't fun out there, but we went out there. I had a smoke and just got my way. I've been standing on a dance floor for almost 4 hours. This was after that, but we went outside because we were standing there on the dance floor, and this dude was absolutely geeked out. And he kind of bumped into us, and I turned around, and I'm like, you all right, bud? And his eyes are real big, and he goes, they hit me. And I'm like, who hit you, bud? And he turned around and looked at a guy that I know didn't hit him. And then he looked back at me, and then he just dropped.
Saw Jesus.
Assed out. Everybody around knew what to. I mean, it was a really cool crowd for this show. Like, that's the thing about this DJ group is you have a lot of the regulars who just go to a club there. But this is a group that brings in a really nice crowd. We met a lot of nice people as earlier in the night when it was a little less busy that we enjoyed hanging out with and talking with and vibing with. But yeah, we started helping him back up, and then he fell down again, and then like everybody just start just turning around pointing for security to come through. I had my phone out, just shining a light right down on it. They barreled through that pit because, like I said, we were way in there in the middle, and they got him taken care of. But like as they were picking him up, he like went completely limp 2 more times, and at that point I'm like, well, let's mosey on over outside. So we went outside, had a drink, had a smoke, enjoyed everything from the outside, got a little bit of fresh air, and then we went back inside pretty much to where we are here, and they have all of these private reserved couches for bottle service at the club there around the dance floor and everything. And I'm like, it's so late at night. I'm like, nobody gives a shit. Let's just kind of weasel on here with these people. Like, they're not gonna care. Like, it's kind of starting to clear out in here because it's 2:15 in the morning. So we just did that. The music was loud and bumping again. Sarah was having a good time. I was having a good time, and I quickly realized, oh, like these people are gone, and they just have whole ice buckets full of they had some champagne and stuff. But I found an ice bucket with nobody around it that had like 4 or 5 Mickey Ultras in it, and I'd already had all.
And Russ Factor won never to turn down any free drinks.
So I just went over and I'm like, well, I'm gonna have me that one. I had at least 3 or 4 Mickey Ultras out of that, and got Sarah water.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
But we had a good time there, and then wandered home and poured another drink at 4 in the morning.
I was going to say the last message I think I got from you was about 5:30 my time.
Yeah.
So that would have been 3:30 Vegas time.
That's probably when we were walking up to the room, and we sat down and poured a drink and sat in the dark. And we had a really nice view at the MGM there. This time opened the 21st floor in one of the new remodeled rooms. And we had a strip view, which you often don't get when you book free stay. They usually put you down the 9th floor on the other side looking at the roof.
Looking at another roof.
At air conditioners. But yeah, we did that, and then we got a few hours of sleep, got up, checked out, and then went down to Fremont to meet my dad for that part of the adventure. And we met up to get our room, and he's like, oh, I got something to do. We're going to do that and then go shower and stuff. And I'm like, that's cool. We're going to get settled in. I'm probably going to hop down to Circa. So we hopped down to Circa and used that food credit to get us a little nourishing reset victory burger.
The Roulette Master burger.
Yeah, Sarah got the Roulette Master burger. I was joking about it. I was like, you can get the Roulette Master special down there. And that's what she ended up picking. She was like, yeah, I think that's
burger
an
with
order.
the egg.
Yeah. So we did that, and then she was dragging because it'd been a long night. So I'm like, it's cool. We'll just take you back to the room. You chill out.
Just go take a little nappy poo, girl.
So we dropped her off. I went back to Circa for a little while. I played some games. I played that Buffalo Collect and got up like another $700 on a couple nice little bonuses. I texted you and I said, just got down here working on getting some walking around money, and I was in the middle of a Buffalo Collect bonus.
And boy, did you.
And then I went down. My dad got back, and he hadn't seen El Cortez yet, so he's like, we're going and we're going to get Ubered and dropped off over at El Cortez. He's like, you don't have to come down. I was like, we always come down. I will meet you there. So I took the walk down to El Cortez, walked around with him, and checked out the new area. And we played some games down there for a while, and that's.
Had you seen it yet?
I'd seen it. Me and you'd went and seen it when it went for the opening weekend.
Oh yeah, that opening. Oh yeah, you were with me. I forgot.
Mm-hmm. And that's about the time you got down there.
Yeah, and then I flew in. Boy, were my arms tired. So then I gave Russ Factor a ring. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna come down and meet you." I stayed at.
You stayed everywhere.
It was kind of a debacle, but we don't need to discuss that. It was a fantastic trip. Fremont, Fontainebleau, and Circa is where I stayed. Not in that particular order. Actually, it was that particular order. Yeah. It was good. So I met Russ Factor, and there was a little bit of a toss-up of whether or not we were going to get the first thing. We flew in. Saturday. I was there for a kids' dance situation. So one of my kids was dancing. I was there with 8 girls. Difficult normally. But I was basically their Uber driver. I would pick them up at 8 in the morning and then get them lunch and then take them home. Well, I guess I wasn't in charge. I should have been in charge of lunch. And then pick them up at 4:15 and then take them back to the Venetian. And then, they were long days. I didn't get to go live as much as I wanted to. I went live that Sunday with Russ Factor.
We went live Saturday, too.
Oh, yeah, we went live Saturday late with Russ Factor and Daddy Factor. And Daddy Factor's
me and you went
bride.
live right when you got down, and we did a quick live at Circa.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. I forgot. Mm-hmm. But then I told Russ Factor, I was like, no promises if I'm going to be back this evening because we had tickets to go see my wife's friend who is in New Kids on the Block. So we got he hooked us up with not only like front and center, like 15 rows back or 20 rows back, but some backstage passes. So we got to kick it with him for a little bit. It was the right stuff, and it's actually a really good concert. Those new kids know how to put on a show. There's a reason they were popular back in the day. You got the right stuff. So I sent Russ Factor a couple of. You don't go in that order. So show that video first that I just sent you. That is down there, and then. So we were, like I say, pretty close to front and center of what we were doing there, and it was. There we go. It was a lot of pelvic thrusts from Donnie Wahlberg and Jordan Knight. That's my wife's bud day, Jonathan Knight. He doesn't. Okay, so after that little situation, they kind of walk around in the crowd and start coming up. And for some reason, my wife looked at me and she goes, I really need to go to the bathroom. Next thing you know, Joey McIntyre's sitting there staring at me. He walked up those. I looked over at my buddy and I was like, of course, the one time Kells Bells goes to the bathroom, here he is. So you can see my kids' heads there, and that's my wife's friend with the blonde hair right in front of us. But then he said, give me your phone. And took the phone. He was trying to fumble to unlock it. And then he took a really funny selfie where you can see, I didn't send that, but you can see it. Kells Bell's legs are way up. So like they had all the security because they didn't want all these girls rushing down there to them. So she couldn't get back to the seat. No! It was really funny. I'll have to post like my kids and stuff are in the picture. I don't want their faces shown. Yeah. It was really funny. And the girl was in love with Joey McIntyre right there. And she like legit after it started crying. She's like, oh my God, I cannot believe it was the most pure, innocent video of a blockhead crying. It was really, really funny. And then, so they also went down like, I don't know, a handful of rows right in front of us. And I was looking at this lady. And I was like, who is this lady? Who is this lady? Then you can show the last picture there with our whole crew took pictures with Jonathan was so nice.
Is that the video here?
No, there's a picture.
I got it.
When he got us backstage and there was drinks and all sorts of stuff back there, and it was funny. So I asked him, I go, who is that lady? I was pointing over at him, and he goes, he's got this real thick Boston accent. He goes, oh, that's Peppa. I go, from Salt and Peppa? And he goes, yeah, Peppa.
Peppa.
Yeah, Peppa.
yeah, Peppa. So Peppa was backstage. And then Donnie Wahlberg is married to, can you pull up a picture of Jenny McCarthy? Donnie Wahlberg is married to Jenny McCarthy. How old is she? 54, 55, 53? I think so. Did we look that up? Did I already ask you that? 52? Boy, does she look better 52. Than ever. Okay. She looks better than ever. Her and Donnie have gone to the same orthodontist because they have both have the same kind of smile now than fixed smile. But man, she's super skinny and she looks real good. Both their teeth are as white as the driven snow. She was wearing some like 4-inch heels and some leather pants. And Donnie Wahlberg did a lot of air humping there, and that air humping drove the ladies in Vegas crazy.
Oh, I bet it did.
And it just made me laugh. But she was backstage, and like I say, she looked really, really good.
What would you say the male to female ratio was in the audience?
9 women. I was part of the 9 women to 1 guy. That was maybe 9.5 women to one guy. I was the minority, and boy, was it a good place to be if you were a single guy. But I would probably venture to guess that I was part of the 0.5% that was not gay. That was a guy there.
Yeah.
Because I was guessing the other guys that were there were after the air humping from.
Yeah, and you were probably a general statistic of the one guy in a group of ladies that was married to one of the ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's very few guys there. No, but it was actually a really, really good show. And then we wanted to do bookends because that was the beginning of our trip. We wanted to do bookends with the Backstreet Boys, who opened up their Millennium Tour at the Sphere.
Yeah.
But we just didn't make it. So in between there, we went to Poppy Steakhouse.
Yeah, you did.
Boy, let me tell you about that little adventure. So if you've never heard about this place, it's a steakhouse in the Fontainebleau that I guess they have in Miami also. But boy, they have this little thing called the beef case. And if you order the beef case, that's our beef case. And you see the little, it's a tomahawk steak. And do they have a production for you? They have, shoulder to shoulder, people are sitting. And about every 5.5 minutes, the alarm would sound. And then they just play this loudest music ever. One of my kids was like overstimulated. She's like, Dad, at the beginning, she's like, I thought we were going to a quiet dinner. This was not a quiet dinner. You could not, the music was so loud you couldn't hear the person next to you talk. But boy, that steak was very, 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 very expensive, but very, 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 very good. And the show at Poppy Steak is something we'll be talking about for a lifetime.
How much? I was looking at the menu and they didn't quite have any numbers.
No prices.
Just approximately, how much does a beef case cost one?
What would you guess?
At least
Dizzy, you're in the meat. You're into meat.
Boy, am I. Oh, you're
that is Wagyu, Australian Wagyu tomahawk.
$7.50, and I hate the tomahawk.
Okay.
She doesn't like the bone.
And that is
that's
also just including the overpriced aspect of it, the fact that you're paying for the presentation as well. $7.50.
What are you gonna say, Russ Factor?
I would say $500.
Fleshy P.
I'm going to bid $1.
You are all grossly underestimating the $1,000 American beef case.
$250 off. That wasn't bad.
I won.
$1,000.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. I bid $1.
We were
$1,000.
You were all over.
No, we weren't.
They were all under. Dizzy won.
It was $250 off.
$1,000. And I would not have done it if it wasn't for my brother-in-law. He was like, "We've got to get this right." And I was like, "We do."
You sure about that, bud?
And he looked at me. He goes, "That's only like $500 spends if we split it, right?" He knew the key to my heart was dissecting it into a slot math, and he was right. And it was something the kids will never forget. Unfortunately, we didn't get to keep the case, so it was like the briefcase in Pulp Fiction, where smoke came out of it and it was all gold. But man, the food was very, very good. I did not have any of the beefsteak. All the girls did, so it fed like 7 kids, 7 girls, and I had a New York strip. Or Casey, New York or Casey, I can't remember, but it was fantastic. And all the sides were fantastic. The steak, the food was really good. Way overpriced, but very, very good.
Here you go. Here's a.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, let's go!
One more time. Hey. So the rest of the trip, if any of things were like they'd ask, our kids would all get their hands together and go, "Oh, one more time." My kid was doing that the other day. Still, that's kind of a one-time situation for me.
Yeah. I think that's a no-time situation for me. Unless I'm with the right people that want to do it. I would not seek that out myself, which I don't think you would either. It was a very strategic situation for you to be doing that.
Yeah, they done drug me to it. I had no idea. I thought it was just a really nice steakhouse. I did not know that this whole situation. And then when I got in there, I was like, oh yeah, I've seen the Vegas Poly C's.
Yep, and that's where when you said you went there, I was like, that's the place with the meat in the briefcase, isn't it?
The beef case. It was funny. It was good. It was funny. And the kids are still singing one more time.
That's great.
Yeah, it was a good show. And then gambling-wise, Kels Bells and I would late night. She was a lady of the evening. She'd walk down. She stayed at the Venetian. She'd walk down and grab herself some smokes and some drinks or smokes and some champagne. And we'd play some slots. One of the nights, she hit a major and ended up winning $1,700.
That was the night you came back down to meet me. That was after New Kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
And and I won $2,000 that night. Then the very next night, it was like two. It was midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning in Vegas. So that's like 2:30 or 3:30 in the morning Central Time, and even later on the East Coast. So I didn't really go live. Plus, I was tired. I won about $3,000 on it was a whole hunk of bonuses on Firelink. And Kells Bells won another like $1,500 or $1,600. She was sitting just to my right, and it was just bonus after bonus after bonus. We hit the minor between the both of us 4 times, and it was $450. It didn't have the mini and the minor were not running progressives on this, and it had a weird like $8 bet, but. It was cool. It was obviously a good night. Then the final night, we were there. We went to Poppy Steak, and then after that, we went to gamble. And I had like the worst headache. I had like this migraine because I hadn't been sleeping very well, and I was like, ugh. I was like, she's like, you don't have to stay. You don't have to stay. I had to drive back to Circa to go stay. Because there was 8 girls in this big, huge suite at Venetian, and I didn't want to stay there. So I was staying at Circa. So I drove back, and that was at midnight, and I walked Kells Bells to the $25 a hand poker blackjack table. Needless to say, Kells Bells stayed there till about 5:45 a.m., got grandfathered in. It flipped over to $100 a hand blackjack table, but she got to continue to play the $25, and she played for almost 6 hours of blackjack.
Wow.
She never had to go withdraw cash. She started with $200, and I think she ended with like $500 or $500.
Holy cow!
Pretty crazy. Just the maintained how well that was. How well she played. That was good. It was fun. She had a blast, drank a shitload of champagne, and then the next day we went to the mall a lot, or not the mall, but the Circa or Caesars Forum. We went to the Caesars Forum a lot. Our girls did a lot of shopping across the way.
That's where they're opening up that F1 arcade simulator, actually.
I saw that. It said it's opening soon. That's at the top floor of that. The Lululemon employees and I became friends because we went there about every day. And I'd ask them every day if they've got anything new. And they're like, oh, let me show you this. I was like, oh, no, you had this yesterday. And they look at me and go, oh, yeah, you again, asshole. But I don't know. It was fun. It was a long trip. 7 days is a very long time to be in Las Vegas, Nevada. I did not gamble as much as I thought I was going to. I did not go live hardly at all because I was just so tired of driving the girls around and doing all sorts of things with those kids. It was just,
yeah.
Looking like the
It
weird
was a
shirt
very-
with the Lululemon.
It was a very
Yeah.
different trip for both of us, and we kind of touched on it a little as we were texting too. Was we kind of treated it a little different. We weren't out there together the whole time. It wasn't just constant get up at 7 a.m. and then go until 3, 4 a.m. Gambling and everything. I think honestly part of it too, when I got down to the weekend too, is not to talk too much bad, but some things kind of changed at the Circa. Honestly, in terms of like they pulled out a lot of really great games that we liked. They still had all the staples, but they got rid of some of the main ones we played, and they just had a lot of weird stuff that we would never and that nobody seems to be playing. So
Yeah, it's weird there. Not, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but everywhere except Venetian on Friday night was not busy.
yeah,
And I know June, July, August are kind of the June gloom over on the West Coast there, and not many people do much, and it's so hot, but it wasn't very busy. Venetian was busy, and Wynn was busy only because the but the NBA D League was in town, so there's a lot of 7-footers walking around. I don't know, but like you said, there was a different vibe at Circa. It wasn't bad, other than the fact I only got to see Leah once, our special waitress. She was there that first night when you and I were playing, but I never saw her again.
Yeah.
I think she was off the rest of the week, but I don't know. It was fun though.
yeah. It was nice to go down there and like I told Sarah originally when the original thing was we were planning our trip on the Strip. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna gamble, but like I just want to like this time I just kind of want to do stuff, whatever you want to do, and just kind of chill. And it was a different kind of vibe of a Vegas trip. It was nice. It was actually like looking back, I was like, it was very nice to kind of do something a little different, but. We did get to meet up. Like I said, we did that stream. We did a stream with my dad over at Fremont. We did the Daddy Factor tour. Played
fun.
a lot of fun games, and then we went and checked out your room at Fontainebleau, and then took Sarah over for her first experience with lots of fun.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was so early in the trip, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, we did lots of fun with Sarah. She'd heard all about it from our adventures. She'd seen me come home deathly ill from that one trip. Everyone got sick.
Did you get sick this time?
No. Oh no. Perfect.
I was thinking I was getting sick when I had this migraine, but I don't know what it was. It was probably just not
There's a
eating
lot
and
of the
dehydrated.
barometric pressure around here has been changing with the weather patterns, so some headaches were to be expected.
I had one. But
Yeah, we had a lot of fun, and totally glad that it worked out that we got some time to overlap our trips and do the thing, and we had a
you
great
did
time.
the thing. And I did run into Bazook.
Yeah, you did.
I was gonna ask, did you run into any
Bazook.
other slaughter?
I saw Vegas Matt one of the days and WBG and that whole crew one of the days. I ran into Bluff. He plays craps a lot at the time. What was the other guy's name? Bretsky. Ran into Bretsky.
Yeah,
He was super, super nice, and he's a lot shorter than I thought he was. But that man right there was not wearing his cowboy hat, and I asked him about where his cowboy hat was, and he thought that was none too funny. I saw him at Venetian. We actually were staying. It's weird. Venetian and Plaza were hooked on to each other. Such a different vibe in Plaza than there is in Venetian.
Oh, absolutely. Every time it's
so weird.
Yeah, it's totally different. We end up there
and
every
again,
time we go to the Sphere for something. Through both
we
of them.
we saw a whole bunch of NBA players, and trying to think who else we saw. We saw a whole bunch of famous people, but
oh yeah, I forgot my celebrity sighting is when we were getting off the airplane. When we got there, we went down and got a taxi, and literally 4 people in front of us. I see this dude with a dog, and he turns around, and I'm like, oh god, that's Pauly Shore. He had no luggage, anything, just him, his dog, a little carry bag like you have for your streamer gear, and he was wearing this baggy hoodie and sweatpants, and he had his disheveled hair, but it was Pauly Shore. Getting a taxi for him and his dad. Dog, I guess coming from, I think he's been out, he's been touring a little bit here. I think he was out in L.A. or something. He's probably come back to Vegas because he's been I think he has something else coming up in Vegas soon, but.
We also did see Vegas Pauly C, and he was playing craps at Venetian, and I'm not good at counting chips, and I can't see, so I don't know. I would say that he probably had $5,000 to $6,000 per roll that he was rolling on live craps. And Kelly, my wife, was like, I want to go talk to him. And I was like, Kelly, he is not filming anything. He is gambling and having fun. Don't bug him while he is.
I wouldn't say having fun.
Right, while he is getting his dopamine dump, as he calls it.
Yeah.
And boy, he switched tables. She walked over to him, and he was just like, hi, honey. Hi. And like shook her hand and turned right around. And she goes, well, he was kind of rude. And I go, I told you.
Yeah.
He is not a rude man. He is
never meet your heroes, Kelly.
He was a very nice human being, and he must have been $10,000 down at that point. But and then that one fine gentleman, I can't remember his name. Was his name Matt? Drove down. He drove down. And he took a picture with he recognized old Russ Factor.
We were doing
and wanted a picture.
that was when we were doing our late night deal. It was the night of the after New Kids when you came down after midnight, and we were doing the stream. We were sitting over there by kind of the elevators, a little offset of that big buffalo upstairs at Circa. And we're sitting there, and I look over, and there's this fella standing about 10 feet away from me, and I could just see him, and he made out with his mouth pretty well. Hey, can I get a picture? And I look at him for a second, and I'm like, yeah. And I turn to you, and I go, this guy wants a picture. I think he's a fan. And he quickly, made it clear that, yeah, he was a fan. He'd been a fan of the channel since the TikTok days. Cool, dude.
Yeah, a long time.
Cool dude. We didn't quite understand his story. There were some things that he said that we didn't want to ask questions about.
We did not ask questions of why he drove 20 hours straight and did not stop and turning right around.
Said he came down with a truck yesterday because he had to deliver something back, and
but he didn't drive it back.
No,
he was flying back.
Yeah. So we didn't ask questions.
We didn't ask.
But real cool dude. He'd known. He'd been watching Corey and Bubba since the TikTok days, and he just happened to catch that we were down at Circa, and he was staying there on Fremont somewhere. I forget where he said he was staying, but he was right down there. But yeah, he found us and he wanted a picture. We chatted for a few minutes. It was a really cool dude, and that's awesome to see. That's what I always call the "Are you the slot master?" Sessions of our trip. When someone that does, because I forget this.
No, he's a lot skinnier.
I just always think that we're two dumb DJs from Wichita, and I forget that Slotmaster has thousands of subscribers on YouTube, and that when we go to Vegas, there's a good chance one or two of them are gonna find us.
They do,
and it's really cool.
I always like it. It's funny.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had a bad experience with people. It seems Circa's the place where. We've actually met a lot of cool people. Roulette Master even had a fan come up that last time we were there, and he was a cool dude too. So,
all right. Well, that kind of wraps up season 3, episode 1 of 3 Guys, 1 Broad. Russ Factor, what do you got coming up this week?
Friday. I was back last week, so we're back for another Friday show this week. We got a lot of news about the Xbox app on PC allowing you to stream games that you own on Xbox through the cloud. No more layoffs this week. That was last week, a lot of layoffs. But we'll be back this week, me and Danny Hyphen, going over all the video game news. Don't know what we're going to play yet, but we'll figure out something for you guys, and we'll have a lot of fun doing it. So twitch.tv/Russ Factor Show. Friday nights, Russ Factor, Danny Hyphen, The Russ Factor Show. That's right.
The Big Show.
The Big Show, ladies and gentlemen.
Dizzy, Fleshy P, what do you guys got going on this week?
Well, I think I'm going to do what I do best, and that's be awesome.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get the Russ Factor show on Friday.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, shit. Dizzy, what are you going to do this weekend besides watch Fleshy P be awesome?
Sit and judge. That individual. No, I've got markets every Saturday.
You go sell your stuff. Next, on the next show, we ran out of time. We didn't get to interview Kels Bells tonight. And on the next show, I'm going to tell you exactly this piece of equipment that I purchased that was sent to us that has changed my life. So stay tuned for that. Be sure to follow 3 Guys 1 Broad on YouTube. Search it 3 Guys 1 Broad. Check it out. Subscribe. Do all the things you do.
Spoiler alert, this is the piece of equipment.
I saw that little mouse in your head just running as fast as he could to that keyboard. I saw it. I synced it. All right. We'll see you next week.
Toodles.
Good night.
Goodbye, everybody.